How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the video. Just thought I'd throw out this quick video to give kind of an update on the market, see how things are going, make sure that you understand what to expect, what possibly to expect, but in general, to not be fearful because what's happening in the market right now is completely normal. Let's go and bring up Juan G. Good day, Juan. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic. Another great day in the neighborhood of crypto.
Well, I guess that depends on who you ask. So we're going to go over the market, the way we feel, and what we think of how the market is going right now. Currently, stick around to the end of the video. It really helps out the algorithm. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. And we're going to have a bit of an announcement at the end of this video as well, so that coming up on our live stream on Thursday, you can get all the details on that. So let's get right into the Bitcoin chart. We'll go over the chart, Juan, and then I will get your input on that as well. So here's the Bitcoin chart. Currently, we are sitting at 94,210. And to no one's surprise, we did have quite a flash crash today. Many reasons for this. I mean, the macro environment right now is not the greatest, especially for risk on assets. But I think one of the main reasons for this dip today was simply flushing the leverage in the market. There was a lot of liquidations. I believe we had close to 5 billion worth of longs in the market. It was just way too over leveraged. The 200 here that we have, it's still respecting it. We have a bounce off of it twice. We did have a wick down today, but the price has rebounded and we're sitting on top of that liquidity zone. Now, what we want to, or at least what I wanted to warn everyone about is simply that we are still in a bull market. And if you follow chart patterns at all, you can see here, I've got a head and shoulder pattern drawn. It's one of the most, it's probably one of the most scary patterns out there. Now, keep in mind, though, we are in a full-fledged bull market, usually in especially the euphoric stage, or at least close to. The head and shoulders a lot of times do not play out, but I do have it drawn in here anyway, just in case. And you can see that the zone to watch is right around here, around 76,000. If this pattern does play out, it doesn't mean it's going to. We're in a bull market. Chances are it's not going to, but there's always that possibility, and we want to make sure that the viewers are aware that it is possible, and we'll have to wait and see. So today, for those that were following, we did have Bitcoin drop as low as 89,164. At least on Bitunix here, I believe Bybit got down to about 88.6, 88.7, something like that. So we did drop into the 88,000, which was, there was a lot of people saying that was quite possible. Yeah, even when we were up here at the 103. But as soon as we got rejected off of this ascending channel here, and then formed the right shoulder, I put the head and shoulders in play. So I wanted to put it on the chart here just so that people are aware that it is a possibility. Myself, what do I believe? I still maintain that we're kind of going to do this sideways chop. The liquidations had to happen to keep the market healthy. I think we're going to continue sideways until the 20th, the inauguration. And then from that point, we may see another dip, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of deal. But once that happens, once the whole thing is behind us, and the strength of the US dollar begins to tumble down and Bitcoin dominance begins to fall again, then we'll see the next phase of the bull market take off. But until then, it's kind of wait and see. It's hit and miss. The charts aren't really showing much. All the technicals are kind of neutral, but that is how I feel. But the biggest thing I want to say is don't be fearful. This is normal in a bull market. You're supposed to get corrections when you have these massive pumps like we had, and the liquidations had to occur. We had to get the leverage out of the market. Juan, how do you see the market currently?
Well, I think like I was talking to you earlier about, right? For me, I love this type of market because it becomes very predictable. I know for those who are not experienced traders, this is a perfect time to learn about sell stops and buy stops. And me personally, when you see like that demand zone there, or supply zone, it could literally turn either way. I would put a buy stop at a certain level, above it, certain level below it, and then take advantage of the market. If you kind of just pulled back for the month, you saw that we took a dip on the 20th of December, took another dip on the 23rd, took another dip on the 30th, and and every time we rebounded. And one of the things that we've been preaching is be prepared, right? You guys are here to make money. And we always preach about being prepared. And there's nothing wrong with hedging against your position. Hey, if the market hits 97, I'm going to take my profit. And if it dips a little bit further, I'm going to take a sell. And if you would have done that in all these instances, you probably would have made money while Bitcoin was shorting. And these are things about we discuss when it comes to being prepared, and it's very important. And we're going to keep preaching it, and hopefully you guys will hear that message, right? And it's okay to make money when Bitcoin goes up, but it's also okay to make money when it goes down. Personally, I'm thinking that I don't see it hitting 76 in that area. I think there's going to be a new zone created only because the institutional money is just going to probably build a small temporary bridge there to protect people from, I'm not going to say people, to protect themselves and bigger institutions. Because again, we had the ETF, and since it's so new and so fresh, I don't think they want to create that fear and panic yet. And I think that it'll be a great way to kind of build trust back into Bitcoin and making sure that everything stays on the up and up. I personally believe that if it does take a dip, I don't see it going below 82. But I could be wrong. But it can also quite rebound from here. The only concern that I have is when you look at the chart, it doesn't, the rebound has softened, right? While the first kind of dips, we had sharp reversals back to 99, back to 100. This one, the last two went back to 95, and now this one back to 94. So it maybe the institutional money is being prepared for something else. Who knows? We're not privy to that information, but I think that this week, again, going into the inauguration and maybe into the end of the month, like I've been saying, is going to be very interesting to how Bitcoin will either lead the way into 2025.
Agreed. I just noticed now, if you mentioned that today, our rebound only got up to about 94 and change, but this area right here has been where we've sat the last 3 days in a row, right at this level, which is kind of interesting. It's almost a wait and see. So, okay, we will go down Bitcoin dominance, see how that's looking. We follow this one all the time as well, just to see. We did break through that trend line, but as you can see now, Bitcoin has decided to increase a little bit of its dominance. You can kind of see a W pattern forming here. Wouldn't be surprised at all if we do come all the way up to that previous trend, the previous support, turn resistance, and then reject from there. Wouldn't surprise me at all if we did that, and then maybe that would kick off the altcoin season, which we are all waiting for. I know, a lot of listeners and viewers, they say, yeah, Bitcoin may not be down all that much, but my altcoins are taking a kicking. And I will agree with you because, a couple of my favorites, I'll just choose one here, for example, Super. We're saying off stream that, from its highs back in December 12th here, it is currently down 49%. And, that's pretty much the same for a lot of these major altcoins that have been doing well in this bull market until Bitcoin topped out. They're all down, 40, 50, 60%, some of them. So I feel your pain. I understand exactly what you're going through because some of the alts are bleeding, but, it's temporary. That's all I can tell you. It's temporary. For those that, once said, man, I wish I could have got in before the price went super high like this. Well, here's your second chance. I mean, Super up at, I believe, what did it get up to 227? Yep. And we're currently at 116. Like that is a fire sale. And Super is not the only one. I mean, you got Render, Injective. There's a lot of them that are down quite a lot. And, the higher meme coins like PopCat and Fartcoin and a few of the others, they're down quite a bit as well. So if you're looking to get in at cheaper prices, now is the time to do it for sure. A few of them have held up really well, like XRP, Doge, Sui. Up until yesterday, Sui was doing really, really well. It kind of lost a little bit of strength, but I believe, it has rebounded quite a bit today. It's maintaining this trend, upward trend. Sui is a beast to be reckoned with. So that are the old charts on Bitcoin. Now, I know. Now, to your point, Juan, I mean, if you missed the higher prices, you've got now a second opportunity to get in at lower prices. And it's never a good idea to throw all of your dry powder at once. So probably the smartest thing to do is put a little bit in now in whichever token you believe in, or the bags that you want to increase. Put a little bit in now. The price comes down a little bit more if we do start to play out on that head and shoulders on Bitcoin, which I'm not saying it's going to, but just in case, then lower levels, pick your levels, add a little bit there, and all the way down. And the other thing you can do as well is you can go to certain exchanges or certain wallets have limit orders that you can set, and Bitunix, one of the sponsors of the channel, they also have that feature where you can set different buy orders using limit. The link is in the description if you wanted to use Bitunix for that. Now, I also wanted to show the liquidation map because I feel this is kind of important. The whole reason, or one of the main reasons for the dip that we had, was for this. Now, I did want to say this chart is a little bit skewed because even though it looks like there's a lot of long liquidations here, it's actually under 150 million, whereas over here it's close to 2 billion. But one thing I do want to say is the market cannot continue until retail investors or traders, they finally learn their lesson and not over leverage in this market. Because as soon as there's a lot of leverage and liquidations within reach, the market makers, or as Tyler Hill says, the lizard people, they're going to scoop it up. The only way this market can truly move forward once the macro environment corrects itself is once there is a lot of fear in the market and leverage has been completely wiped out. But if I go to the weekly here, kind of paints a little bit of a different story. As you can see, not very, very many long liquidations here, around just under the 200 million range, but there's a lot of shorts to be had. And if I go to the monthly, it's even worse. Like, this market right now currently is certainly short heavy. What is $10.84 billion worth of liquidations up to a price of 106,000. So those people really have to be careful, because if the makers decide that they want to scoop up that liquidity and take that that leverage out of the market, it would not be hard for Bitcoin to go from the current 94,000 to 106, a matter of a day or two. Easily could go up there, and all of these will be liquidated as well. So just be very, very careful when you're using leverage in the market. Juan, did you have anything to add there?
I totally agree. And this is why we always kind of preach about taking your profits and then using your profits to reinvest. And you said it best. You don't put all your eggs in one basket early. You're at any one, and let's say you want to, buy a few thousand worth or whatever the case may be, and the price keeps going down. That's fine. You DCA. But that a lot of that money you're spending has been from profits you already made. And that's what we want to preach. We want you guys to come out winners. And if you end up losing, at least it's not money that you cared about, because it was bonus money. On the flip side, liquidations it's a real thing. If you're going to leverage right now, 2x maybe 3, but honestly, it's not worth the risk. This is a great opportunity for you guys to learn about TNA and use spot trading, and knowing when to get in for a quick scalp, or maybe a quick push back up to 96, 97, and then see if decision time comes up again. Right now, like Crypto mentioned, we're in this zone of being around 94, 95, and we kind of been, again, trying to decide, are we going to push up or maybe take the next step down? Again, I would definitely, in my opinion, not financial advice, maybe set a buy step above that level so that you can take advantage if it does creep up there. And the opposite is true. If it goes further south of 90, maybe take advantage of that sell as well. So the choice is up to you guys, but read the market, use spot trading effectively, and learn about TNA. It's very helpful.
Exactly. Yeah, perfectly said. Now, to reiterate, I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I know, Juan, you're not concerned either. The macro environment, you still have the Middle East conflict. You got the Russia conflict. The global money supply has taken a slight tick down. Money printing hasn't started yet. Rate cuts are not, doesn't seem to be coming very quickly in the U.S. The bond yields are very high. And of course, the ETFs, was a little bit of a sell-off in the ETF. So this is very short-term. nothing to worry about. I don't think that this head and shoulders will play out simply because of the strength in the market. And I believe it's temporary. So do nothing is my advice right now. Don't panic sell. If you do want to DCA into a couple of your favorite crypto, of course you can do that. But other than that, it's status quo. I mean, nothing really to worry about. We could be talking about this in a week or two from now and think back and think, wow, I can't believe we had that wick. That was pretty scary. I wish I had bought more. That's what most people are going to say. So thanks for making it to the end of the video. I do want to remind you that on Thursdays, we have our live stream Thursdays at 7 p.m. And this Thursday, I'm going to be giving details for our wallet giveaway. We have 2 hardware wallets to give away. They are basically a physical card by Bally, and we'll explain exactly how you can win those and the contest rules and everything on this week's stream. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the way out. Juan, thank you very much for joining me, and we will see everybody on Thursday, 7 p.m. Thanks, everyone.
See you then.